If you're not making $1 million in sales yet for your small local business, then you better be watching this video. I'm positive that you can make $1 million in sales over the next 12 months, and I'm going to show you exactly how. You can't tell anyone how you're going to do this because they're going to think you're insane. Your wife, husband, spouse, side hoe, they're going to think you are crazy. Once that bank account starts getting real fat, then you can tell them. My name is Jake. I'm a small business owner just like you, and I know how hard it is to find good advice when it comes to business and marketing. It seems like every guru out there, they tell you to post TikToks. Like, do these people forget that small business includes home services and hair salons and retail, real estate agents? You can't expect the average local business owner to make viral social media content. Well, I'm here to tell you that there is a solution. It's geared exactly to the brick and mortar, local mom and pop entrepreneur like you and me. Why $1 million? Well, $1 million is a great benchmark for a small business. You've got customers, you've got cash coming in. There's probably enough money to pay yourself full time. You can get rid of that stupid job that you had. More resources to buy equipment, to hire people, pay off that extortion money. You would not believe the changes that you can make in 12 months. Or even if you're so broke, you don't even know what to do. This is just going to be another chapter in your story. Not that anyone wants to hear you about your broke. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Here's the secret strategy. $1 million is not going to come by chance. The magic $1 million genie is not going to come down and bless you with $1 million in sales. It's going to take marketing to do it, which is awesome because you can literally just make it happen. There's no serendipity. Like, you just spend money and you make $1 million. Like, that's really the whole point of good marketing, is to build an ATM machine. You put money in and you get way more money out. It is not going to come from making a viral TikTok. It's going to take like 20 grand a month in marketing to make $1 million in sales.
But Jake, I don't have $20,000. I don't have it. I don't have $2,000. I can't believe you're telling me to just $20,000.
It doesn't matter. Having the money doesn't make you any smarter. You don't get a thing that spits out of the ATM and says, thank you for, you have $20,000 now. Here's what to do with it. No one tells you what to do with that. The engineer does not build a bridge by buying the materials first. But a lot of people think that. A lot of people think, oh, an engineer buys the materials and then they figure out how to make a bridge. It doesn't work that way. People are dumb when it comes to this stuff. And that's why I don't want you to be talking about these figures and stuff and writing things on paper about $20,000 and $1 million, because people are going to think you are ridiculous. They're going to put you down, especially if you're not in the best economic situation right now. They're going to think you are just crazy. Why are you talking about this? $20,000, $10,000. You don't even have $200. The only way you're going to get there is to figure out what you would do if you had it. The problem is not having the money. The problem is that you would have zero clue of what to do with it. If you were to ask businesses what they would do with $20,000 in marketing, they'd have no clue. They do not know what they would spend $20,000 in marketing on. That would work. Getting the money's easy. I'll show you how to get the money. That's the easy part. Here's what to do. You're going to build 5 ATM machines. You should only really be putting money into 5 things: list marketing, targeted marketing, neighborhood marketing, new mover marketing, and Google. Those are the 5 things that you should be putting your money into. Now, the reason I tell you $20,000 is because it's a super aggressive number that would pretty much guarantee you $1 million in sales. Before you start anything, you should have 4 foundational elements of marketing in your business already set up. One is a Google business profile. It's free. Make sure you have your Google business profile claimed, completely filled out, get your hours in there, post some photos, stay on top of your Google business profile, because we'll send you free business. And it's really important to get reviews. I would get a review collection process in place so that every time you've got a customer, you deliver a service, the customer's super happy, get them to leave a review. Just ask, do you mind leaving a review? And get them while they're hot. No matter what advertising you do, people are going to start looking you up online. They're going to maybe interested. Maybe they saw a billboard or a TV. They're going to search you online. And you want that Google business listing to show reviews. So do that first. It doesn't cost you anything. You should also have a website of some kind. Throw one up on Squarespace. Get a website. You want that online presence. You should also have some brand identity. Don't spend too much time on this. Spend some time thinking of your brand. Think of colors that really stand out, that really will identify you as opposed to your competitors. Look at what your competitors' colors are for their brand. Make something totally opposite. You'll see a lot of like concrete companies that are hot pink, or junk removal that's hot pink or lime green. You want some things that really stand out so that when people think of your service, they think of you and not a competitor. I see a lot of business owners that have the same color scheme as a major competitor because they think, oh, if I just copy what the competitor is doing, I'll get the same results as them. And that's the dumbest thing ever. Spend a little bit of time on brand identity and establish an official color scheme. Keep everything consistent. So you got your shirts, you got maybe a sticker on your truck or a wrap. Any advertising you do, people will start associating your business with those specific colors. Now we'll start building these ATM machines. The first one is list marketing. This could be lists of your current customers. So if you have a customer database already, why aren't you marketing to them? You can reach people by email. You can send them SMS text messages. You can even send them postcards. Send these current customers offers. Thanks for being a customer. Here's 10% off. Here's 15% off. The beautiful thing about customer lists is that it doesn't take a lot to keep them coming back, and it's really, really cheap. So you better have a system in place that just markets to your existing customer list. List marketing also includes prospect lists. So you should be building prospect lists, especially if you're in a high-ticket industry or a once-in-a-few lifetime transaction, things like real estate or chiropractic, mortgage or insurance, things that they don't do that often in life. You should be creating lists of these people that you can market to too. And what that can mean is spending some time thinking of reports and giveaways. And you can use ChatGPT for this. Maybe you're a realtor. Start thinking of reports that you can make, like free guys reports, the best school districts in our area, the lowest tax neighborhoods, highest tax areas to avoid. You think of those little things. You can make infographics on Canva really easy. You go on canva.com, which is free, make infographics and make these little reports. And now you can start advertising that. It might be on social media. That might be through the mail, all different ways. They scan a QR code. They opt in, they get that report free, and now you have their information. You've got interested parties. You can put your stuff on the infographic. They're now associating you as an expert, and you're able to market to these people really cheap, thing your competitors aren't doing. So if you're in a food industry or something where you're not always getting a transaction and getting people's information, you can put little table tents. You can put QR codes all over the place. I love Unicode. Check out Unicode. The description's in my link below. You can actually see how many people scan it, where they are. Use a QR code to take them to an opt-in page and get them on your email, SMS, mailing list. And now you're growing a list of people that you can send on a slow day or a slow month. You can just send out an SMS blast or an email blast or a postcard blast and have people coming in like that. Just get on ChatGPT and start thinking, what kind of report should I make as a mortgage insurance broker that people will be enticed to opt into, and get the juices flowing up in that pea brain of yours. I'm just kidding. The good thing about when you're just starting out in business, you have time. You know, in between Klarna payments, you can think of the incentives and stuff, which all pays off later. The next thing is targeted marketing. This is the biggest money machine. This is the big boy. This is where you can make so much money. It's so much money. Targeted marketing is where you identify a really precise audience, the people most likely to buy, the ripe audience, and you market directly to them. Most small businesses, they have no clue that this even exists. I live in upstate New York. The whole county is only 227,000 people, okay? Some of you live in cities where just like a quarter of the city is that. I'm gonna go on usadata.com. The link for that is below, but I'm gonna show you something that's crazy. I'm gonna put my county in there, Oneida County. I'm gonna put ages 40 to 60. Okay, let's say I'm in the home services industry. Household income, I'm gonna go 100 grand up. Homeowner. So this could be I could be kitchen and bath, I could be epoxy floors, fencing, roofing, home market value. Let's go with 200,000 up. Single family home. So we're not doing apartments, we're not doing renters. Avoid homes that are built within the last 20 years. Will tighten this demographic really, really tight. So we're taking the whole county, which is a drivable distance. That's all there is. 5,099 records. So out of 227,000 people in the whole county, in like 2 minutes, I have narrowed down a precise, ripe audience of highly potential buyers. 5,000. I'm telling you, your entire business, if you're in home services and many other industries, could survive completely, could make a killing just marketing to these 5,000 people because they are your precise audience, the most likely to buy. While everyone else is saying make TikToks and Facebook ads that are saturated, send postcards out, okay? Send postcards out to these people. You should be doing targeted mailers. I'm looking at these mailers right now. This is one of my favorite mailers. This is by Rob Smith. This is a dump truck removal or a trash removal. Look at these. You send something like this. It's colorful. It stands out. It's big. Where's another? Or maybe you're a deck contractor. You get something that's big, colorful, big headline deals, and you send it right to this precise audience. This is an ATM machine like you've never seen. Having that precise targeted demographic figured out and then marketed directly to them will be the biggest game changer ever for your business. Then we have neighborhood marketing. In neighborhood marketing, you use bigger postcards and you send them through the EDDM system. Every door direct mail. You market your business to lucrative neighborhoods, not just a targeted audience, but also neighborhoods. So these are neighborhoods that just are full of people who will probably want to do business with you. They may not be 100% targets, but they're nice neighborhoods. Or maybe you just want to mail to the nearest 1 mile or half-mile radius or the neighborhoods that are directly around your shop. If you're a realtor or home services or anything where you're doing work on someone's home and everyone's wearing the branded shirts, the truck has a logo on it, you put a job sign out there so people in neighborhoods see you working, they see the job sign. You could do EDDM to the whole route so the whole neighborhood gets a mailer and says, hey, we're working in your area. Now is a good time to get an estimate on your roof too. And they see your guys working on the roof. They see the branding all matched. They recognize you. Then they see 2 or 3 more people on the street do it. And then they see all their neighbors doing it and they drive by a million times. They get the mailer in the mail. You're also doing things like door hangers on the street that you're doing the work on. You've leveraged things so that people that live in that neighborhood are just seeing you a million times over. So you can strategically do this on every job. If you're a realtor, you can do this with open houses, with just solds, with just listeds. So you can farm a certain area. And anytime you get an open house, you're doing the same thing. You're putting up a door hanger. You're sending out an EDDM piece. The whole neighborhood's getting it. You're seeing the sign. You got an open house and they're seeing you a million times. So you're not trying to just like market to the entire city, which most businesses do. They just keep dumping money and they think that putting a billboard up that everyone is going to see it and it's stupid. Do things like targeted marketing, neighborhood marketing, and list marketing. This is also where their branding comes into play. You have that recognizable brand. It's a color scheme that people really identify. They'll start thinking of you and they'll see you so many times that when the need arises, suddenly they'll think of you. New mover marketing is really cool. It's really just a postcard that you can send to a list of new movers. This data is all available. You can get it for free through library references, and you can also pay for it. Our team can run counts for you anytime. Just hit me up. My contact information is below. You see how many people have moved in the last 6 months. You can even go back as far as 12 months, and you send them a postcard. Who cares if it costs $1 or so each to send? If there's 100 people, 200 people, 500 people, send it. You build that into part of your budget, and now every single person that moves in that's new gets a welcoming postcard. You give them a real strong deal. I love in postcard marketing that you can hone in on these different audiences and give them specific offers. You don't have to run the same incentive to everyone. You can make a really strong offer to someone who's just moved, and it's not the same offer that everyone else sees. Don't you hate when someone offers like a new customer thing and then you're an existing customer, you're like, why do they get that? Well, with direct mail, you can pinpoint who's not a current customer and only give those people those strong offers. You can even send something crazy big like that, like this is Matt. You can go so big with postcards. You can do stuff like this. QR codes are awesome. I love Unicode. That's my favorite, Unicode. Google LSA. I'm not going to talk in detail about LSA because it's not my area of expertise and it's very unpredictable, but only certain industries have it. If you can afford it, then you should be buying whatever inquiries Google can give you. The quality of leads can be unpredictable. The cost of leads can be unpredictable, but it should be part of your marketing budget because it's people looking for your business. The way I like to see it is that the big money machines, the neighborhood marketing, the list marketing, the targeted marketing are going to give you so much ROI that they're going to give you enough money to spend on things like LSA. I would make your marketing budget 50 to 75% all in direct mail postcards, with the vast majority of that being targeted. I would look at spending probably $10,000 on targeted mailings and $5,000 on neighborhood marketing and the rest on Google LSA and list mailings, which aren't going to cost you a whole lot. Now you probably want to know how to pay for this. So you're probably excited. You see what I mean by people will look at you crazy because you're sitting there figuring out on paper like your precise audience and how many there are. And someone who's not supportive is going to say, why are you doing that? Why don't you just first run a successful business first? Sometimes you can't even run a successful business until you have like enough money coming in, and you need to do that by doing marketing. So it's like, how are you going to do this without figuring out the marketing first? It's like the engineer. You can't build the bridge with just the materials. It's a really backwards way of doing it. You first design the bridge. So then when you have the material, you just put them together. That's the whole point of this. And that's why you can't be telling people and showing people what you're writing out, because you're going to think you're crazy. Here's where to get the free money. Just get other people to pay for it. Okay, don't worry. They're going to be happy too. I talk in my YouTube videos sometimes about how to make $5,000, $10,000 a month. I'll have a link for that below too. By selling advertising, okay, on postcards. You do these postcards that have advertisers on. Like I'll grab one here. This is Christian Agadello's with Peonies Pool. See, he's smart. You put something together like this. It's a big postcard and it has different advertisers on it. And he's smart because he has a pool service. So he puts his own business on there, right? In this case, though, we're really focused on just getting people to pay so you can have advertising. You're not really trying to make profit. You're trying to get advertising for your business. So I'm going to suggest that you put a targeted postcard together instead of a neighborhood. You're going to do something like this. So you're going to use 6x11 size. Let me give you a quote on that too. If you want any quotes, you just hit me up. This is a big postcard, and you're gonna get 3 to 6 advertisers, or even more. You can do something like this, where you get 8, or you could do something like this, black-owned business, right? Where you have 6 to 8 businesses, 6, 7, or 8 businesses pay, and then you take the whole other side. This is great if you're a realtor too. You can use this. I have this template freely available as well. This could be you, the realtor, or you, the business owner, whatever. You get 6, 7 businesses to pay for your advertising. So they advertise on your card and you take one whole side. So figure out your precise audience, that precise, juicy, perfect audience. Get that to 5 to 10,000 people, okay? Let's say 5,000 people, super tight audience. And then get 7 businesses to pay for it. They're only the whole thing's only going to cost you about $3,500. Okay, that's how much it's going to roughly cost you for the postcard, the list. I think the list is probably going to be like closer to $4,000. It's about 80 cents a piece with postage, printing, the list, the targeted list. So you only need like 7 or 8 businesses to spend $500 and your entire side is paid for. They're gonna only spend $500 and it goes to this targeted audience. So you pitch it to them and say, hey, look, I own whatever business. I'm a roofer. I'm looking to send this postcard out to 5,000 people that are ages, whatever, that live in whatever county, whatever city. Give them all the details. You give them that full detailed thing. And anyone with a brain is going to say, get me on this thing, because it's going to go exactly to that demographic. And you're going to have a big chunky ad to yourself paid for completely free. Now, if you're doing this to make money, like I would suggest you do things like 9x12 system. You make a profit, right? In this case, you're not doing that. You are probably going to be making $25,000 or so. If you're in home services and stuff, you sell kitchen, bath, like this targeted audience, you are going to be making a killing. I hope that's making sense. You're trying to make money on your ROI for advertising. This is now for your business's advertising. It's leveraged so high. You're making so much money because it's going to a super precise targeted audience. So I started my window and signing business just like this. My old partner, Steve, we had a falling out, but we were broke, right? I had like no advertising budget, and I'm sitting there making plans of how we're going to spend $30,000 a month. And he's like, this is so stupid. I can't, but why are you, I'm trying to show him the spreadsheet and stuff. I'm like, he's like, $30,000 a month. We have like $500 to spend. And what do you know? I freaking got a bunch of businesses together and we had upwards of 50,000 mailers going out every month for free, for totally free. I want to talk about how to really make these ATM machines like return crazy high returns. The audience matters like the most. You want to be getting your service in front of the right audience. So targeted marketing, you're going to get great ROI in general because it's matching. There's a good match. But if you really want high ROIs, you want to spend some time thinking of what you're going to put on the postcard or whatever marketing you're doing. This is where thinking comes into play. You can't just buy these answers. I am approached all the time, like pretty much every day. Jake, I watch your YouTube. Can you send me some examples of killer postcards? That's a really bad thing to do because you can't just copy other people's stuff and expect the same results. It doesn't work that way. I get this with real estate all the time. Show me a killer real estate card. Here, I'll show you one right here. This is a killer real estate card, okay? They're like the second biggest real estate team in New York State. They're a good client of mine and they run a great operation. You can copy this all you want. This isn't you. This doesn't mean you're going to get the same results. They do consistent advertising. They have a very strong association with their brand. They have a great online presence. There's signs. There's so much going on with this that you copying this doesn't do anything. Most of the time there's a QR code to go to a free home value. Those are things you can borrow and integrate with your own marketing, but you can't just copy someone else's and expect the same result. That's why we can't just copy and make viral videos, right? You can't make a viral Instagram, a viral YouTube. It has to be your own. The business owners don't want to think. It's the last thing they want to do. They don't want to think. They want to do everything else but think. So they'll do busy work. They'll do a million things and they feel very busy and productive, but they never sit and do the deep thinking. So I want you to do the deep thinking for a bit. If you want your marketing to just explode, I'm giving you how to get the money, how to spend it. I want to show you the message that you're actually going to put on there, which is really going to make things take off. What you should be doing is thinking of what are the features, advantages, and benefits that you have. Features are important, but they're not like super important. Features are the things. The advantages are really important. That's where what can you do that no one else can? It's what is this advantage that you have that your competitors don't? I want you to spend almost all your thinking on what can you do better than everyone else? What is the advantage of going with you? Benefits are almost as important, but I think advantages are even more important. Benefits are where you think of what's like the thing they're going to get out of this. What is the gratification that they're going to get or the problem that's going to be resolved once they do this? Sell the steak, not the sizzle. People don't want 1/4-inch drills. They want 1/4-inch holes. It's that kind of thinking. But there's so much benefits-driven stuff that people have become jaded to it now. Everyone promises everything. So the first thing they're going to do is go online and they're going to check out competitors and they're going to want to know why you're the best. Not necessarily that you can resolve their problem, but why you're the best or what's the advantage that you have over everyone else. So if you think really hard about what the advantage is that you have, that there's something that you do that your competitors aren't or can't, that should be a strong message in your advertising. If you've ever read Oren Klaff's book, Pitch Anything, it's amazing. There's this thing that I've been using for a decade plus that when you really want to make a super ATM machine, use this 3-element thing. It's a window of opportunity. Anytime you're sending out postcards or doing a Facebook campaign or social media campaign, whatever promotions you're going to run, and you should be running promotions all the time, you think of a window of opportunity. So this would be a time constraint, high stakes, and an immediate reward. Time constraints would be things like economic changes, a seasonal change, something looming over the horizon, seasons, weather related, economy related, legislation, news related, just things that are like going on at that moment and a reason why there's a time constraint. Act now or do this and we're here. It could be as simple as you're in the area, right? We're in the area doing this. We're on your street doing this. There's a time constraint. The season is coming. Mortgage interest rates, if you're in the mortgage field or any of those things, there's always some kind of economic boom or scary thing, and you can utilize all that. Whatever thing is going on and make a time constraint tied to that. If you don't do this, this could happen. People are like, oh my God, I got to act now. I got to take advantage of this now. An immediate reward. If you do this now, within this window of time, this is going to be resolved. You're going to be safe. You're going to have no problem. You're going to save a ton of money. You're going to look better. This applies to fitness, to health, dentist, chiropractic, retail. And you can just keep going with these promotions. As soon as that one's over, another one, there's another seasonal change. People forget about the last one, just recurs over and over. You ever know those businesses? They're the big businesses, they're the big competitors. There's always some kind of huge sale. Like there's always some kind of huge reason to be buying. They spend that really valuable time thinking of how to make this promotion seem like you got to take advantage of it now. And that's how you make these really crazy gains with advertising. You send this kind of stuff to the right target audience, you'll be making so much money. I've given you all the tools, literally all the tools to do this, no matter what your situation is, whether you're trying to make your first million or your 10th million. These are the tools that I don't think you'll find anywhere else on YouTube, and I would appreciate if you subscribe to my channel and watch more of my videos. I hope to see you with $1 million in revenue in 12 months. Hit me up for any questions you have. I got my text, my email, download my free guides. Look, every link that I have in the description. Watch my next video. Leave me a comment. I hope to hear from you soon. Bye.